I do want to give a little intro to this video. Before you start watching this, I highly recommend that you watch my other videos on how to set up your DS configurations and how to set up your DS parameters. You need to do this in order to RNG anything in your Pokemon game. If you know you have already done this, then you're ready to start. Hello, this is Aldismatic, and in this guide I will show you how to RNG a stationary wild legendary Pokemon. So in this video I will be RNGing a shiny flawless Kyurem. It works for any other stationary legendary Pokemon like any of the three Musketeer dudes. Searching for your seed will probably take you a while, so don't get discouraged. Mine was searching for about a day before I found these two seeds. Lead ability, I like to select Synchronize and Other because I don't really know what the other two do. And Nature, I'm doing all because I thought if I specified Nature I wouldn't find a seed at all. So I made my dates a few years in between, I think it's 8, for between 2008 and 2016. It took me a while to find these two seeds, but once I did, I decided I was going to use the naughty one because the hold buttons were a little less complicated. It sucks because I had to wait a whole minute after setting the time in order to hit my seed timer, but such is the way it goes. I also recommend putting your IV frame to be 1-1 because advancing your IV frames inside of a cave that has wild Pokemon is very complicated, especially if you're planning on advancing Pokemon ID frames as well. As you can see, the Pokemon ID frames are on the left and the IV frames are on the right. So I need to do about like 345 Chatot flips for this particular seed. So I took the number 389 and subtracted the number 44 from it to find the number of Chatot flips I had to do using a simple calculator. Once I had the number of flips I had to do, all I had to do was set the date and time to the one on my seed and hold my buttons, and there you go. So there are actually a few things that I'm not showing in the video on my DS. I'm not showing actually getting to Kyurem, but what you want to do is you want to save with yourself facing the Pokemon in question, be it Kyurem or any other stationary legendary, and you want to save like that. I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but encounter slots do not matter for this, so it doesn't matter what you have selected for encounter slots. All that matters is that you have stationary Pokemon for your encounter type selected. So here I am, I've already set my date and time, and now I'm waiting for my seed, which is at 2212-14 or something. I have 3 hold buttons. I have down, B, and Y. So you want to make sure when you click on your Pokemon game that you have your fingers ready to go to your hold buttons, because sometimes the hold buttons can be a little bit awkward. If you're trying to figure it out for the first time, you're going to screw it up. So there I am holding my hold buttons. You want to hold them all the way through this first white screen and the second dark screen with the white text. Once that's gone and the Game Freak cinematic starts, you can let go of those and start pressing A. Now, the kind of RNG that I'm doing is going to be non-seed gear, so you always want to hit no for seed gear. So here I am, you can see me in front of Kyurem, and I immediately open my menu and go to my Chatot and hit summary. And you're going to want to listen to the summary of your recorded chatter however many times. I actually sped this up because I actually had to do it about 345 times, so I wasn't going to make you sit there and watch me do it over and over again, but yep, 345 gets really fast. It took me about like 3 minutes to do at the time, but so you want to do the amount of chatters that you need and then press A. And if you did everything right, then you should encounter your shiny flawless Pokemon. If you don't know how the Chatots work, I go through it very slowly in my other videos, but basically you want to have a Chatot with the move Chatter, and you want to record a chatter on that Chatot, and then every time you hear its cry in the summary, it'll advance the Pokemon ID by one, the Pokemon ID frame by one. This particular seed I had was on IV frame 1, so I didn't have to advance any IV frames, and all I had to do was advance the PID frames with Chatot. As usual, you can see there is no AR in the back of my game. If you have any questions about this, please ask me in the comments. I may have skipped over some steps and unintentionally because I'm starting to get used to RNG, and some of the, more basic questions come as common sense to me now. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I will answer you as soon as I get them.